Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another week here on the WFWA. Joe Aiello with you, and some great wrestling action on the way. Stay tuned for that. Get those pens and papers ready a little later on in the program. We will give you the dates on when the stars of the WFWA will be touring through your city or town. Right now, let's go up to the ring for our first match. All right, welcome back, wrestling fans, for some more great wrestling action here on the WFWA All-Pro Wrestling. Gentlemen, Jimmy Jordan, the pride and joy of Sacramento, California, taking on Brad Young here on the WFWA. And right now, Young with a couple of quick arm drags, and there goes Jordan right out of the ring, claiming that he's getting his hair pulled again, as he usually does. But take a look at the physique on gentleman Jimmy Jordan, a good-looking young man, weighing in at about 202 pounds from California. And he's one of the cockier individuals here in the WFWA.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, he may be a good-looking individual, but this is no bodybuilding contest. This is who's the tougher man in the ring, and I don't care if it's a fat old man or your aunt. If she's in the ring there, she's got to be tough. And we've seen Brad Young in the past few weeks. We know he can take it. Maybe he can dish out a little bit tonight.
All right, Jordan with a couple of slaps there to add a little insult to the injury, if you will, and a back body drop there, landing Brad Young right on his back, and Jordan smiling. He loves to dish out the pain. And there you go, he sent him up for a body slam, and there it is. Gentlemen, Jimmy Jordan and Brad Young right here on the WFWA. Stay tuned, wrestling fans. Ooh, lands a big knee there. Jordan, with the 2 count, picks him up. He might have had him there, Dave.
Well, you got to admit, like you said, he is a cocky individual, but he can obviously carry out what he says in the ring. He's doing it right now to Brad Young.
Oh, a nice headbutt there by gentleman Jimmy Jordan. And fans stay tuned, and there you go. He's talking to us, calling himself a gentleman, saying he's going to let Brad Young stand back up. Well, geez, maybe Mr. Congeniality, gentleman Jimmy Jordan. Fans, stay tuned throughout the country for when the stars of the WFWA will be touring to your city or town. We'll keep you posted on those dates on this very program. Right now, Joe Aiello here with Dave Davis at ringside, and as you saw, Jimmy Jordan throwing Brad Young out of the rope through the second strand, and he's taking a bit of a breather himself, the gentleman.
That's right, as you said, a cocky individual, but he's proving it in the ring. I hope he's not doing it too much, though, because it's going to make him look twice as bad if he takes the fall here tonight.
And Young set him up there, and Young on his opportunity knocking. Jordan was having it out with one of the fans here at ringside, and Brad Young going to work on gentleman Jimmy Jordan. A good move there by Young to move in while we had the opportunity.
Well, he's wrenching Jimmy Jordan's head. Now, these two people about evenly matched in weight. We know Jim Jordan's a tough individual. We're starting to see a little bit from Brad Young. Once again, I think Brad Young's going to have to take to the air to finish this match off in his favor.
Well, Jordan going to work on that arm now, and a nice toss there. Gentleman Jimmy Jordan learned in the wrestling schools of California, as he was taught a few years back. Been a pro wrestler now for about 3 or 4 years. And right now he's trying to break the wrist, it looks like, or stretch out the arm of Brad Young right in the middle of the ring. Dave Goebel right on top of things, asking Brad Young if he wants to quit. But Young trying to pick up his momentum here, getting back up on his feet, and he lands him right back down on the mat. Jimmy Jordan, hold on to that wrist lock.
Well, as I mentioned, he's got to get up in the air there. That's the key to Brad Young having a chance here in this match against the veteran gentleman Jimmy Jordan. As we mentioned, Brad Young, a newcomer to this territory, he's got to prove himself. And I don't think he can do it staying down on the mat with the obviously much more powerful Jordan.
Oh, a leapfrog, as you saw, and then a vicious knee to the chin that could knock the jaw right off of Brad Young, and a headbutt for good measure there. And Jordan feeling the effect now when he comes back with a shot, a vicious right, another one. Should have broke the hole. Dave Goebel breaking him up now, and Young feeling the effects of those two. And another one, it could be a closed fist. I can't tell from here. I don't know if we should take the word of Jimmy Jordan who says it was an open hand or not. I've seen him use the closed fist before, but he's putting those size 12s on the forehead of Brad Young right now, going to work with a choke there on the top rope. The referee's trying to get the break, but Jordan knows he's got a 5 count to break the hold.
Well, you mentioned Jordan might have come in with a closed fist there, and I think there's no doubt about that. You see Jordan appears to be wearing kickboxing tights. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had a little boxing or a karate
Look at this.
experience.
Look at the size. He's bench pressing over his head.
That must be 220 pounds times 4, Joe.
And he smears his boot on top of his shin, turns him onto his back. Oh, and lands a knee to the back of the neck. That could break a guy's neck. You saw Jordan showing some superior strength there. Oh, knocking Young right out. This could be it.
Neck breaker.
Neck breaker there by gentleman Jimmy Jordan.
I like the looks of this.
Oh, that's it. Jimmy Jordan, your winner with a slap there for good measure. There's no need for that. Jimmy Jordan, your winner right here on All Pro Wrestling. Here is your winner. Tulip tonight here from San Francisco. Gentleman Jimmy Jordan at Tulip's side. And the little Bulkster, believe it or not, pound for pound, the world's strongest man. He is the world's powerlifting champion. He won that event in Holland, weighing in at 205 pounds. Believe it or not, Dave, the man bench presses 500 pounds. He can squash 725 pounds. And take a look at the guy, not the biggest man in the world, the little Bulkster, one of the strongest men in the world. Actually, he is, pound for pound, the world's strongest man. And watch him break out of this hole.
Well, here he is, the little Bulkster. This is the first time he's being seen in a ring by his hometown fans here in Winnipeg. As you were saying, Joe, just over a year ago, he took the World Championships of powerlifting in his weight class. And this is going to freak you out, Joe, because these two men in the ring weigh in at exactly the same poundage. There's the Bulkster at just a little over 5 feet. He's 5 foot nothing, Joe. He weighs just over 200 pounds. So does the Tulip, who stands at close to 6 feet tall.
Well, let me tell you right now, look at the arms. Go there, the veins popping, and there it is. He breaks the hole with barely any strength. Now, I'm talking about the little Bulkster here, a young man. It's going to be a big hit wherever he goes. I'm telling you right now. Stay tuned for this young man to put up some big numbers here in the WFWA. The little Bulkster, weighing in at 205 pounds, pound for pound, the world's strongest man. Take a look at the size of that man's back. I'm telling you, I'd love to have him in my house to just sit there and be a movie screen. You could see a full-length movie on that man's back.
Well, that's right. He has the upper torso of a man over 6 feet tall. It's hard to explain. You have to see the man in person to really believe what's going on there in the ring.
Well, the Tulip doesn't know whether he's coming or going right now. The little Bulkster just shaking it off.
Well, this is just a little bit of a psycho tactic here. He realizes that he's being humiliated because, let's face it, Joe, it's humiliating to go into a ring when you're 6 feet tall and to be completely thrown around and dominated by a man who just stands, just over 5 feet tall. It's amazing, Joe. I'm almost speechless, as close to speechless as I've ever been in my life.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't want to mix it up with the little Bulkster myself. Take a look at the size of that guy's arms. They're about as big as my legs. And right now, the Tulip using some tactics there of his own, but the Bulkster getting a little heated there, landing a forearm, and another one almost caves in the chest of the Tulip, whip into the turnbuckle. And there you go. You saw what happened there. The Tulip landing right on the seat of his pants with the shot. But look at the Bulkster just flexing those abdominal muscles.
He's blocking a man 6 feet tall. They're trying to hoist him, and he can't do it.
And there it is, a body slam from the little Bulkster right here on the WFWA. What a sight to see this young man, the world's strongest man. Pound for pound, the crowd's going nuts here on the WFWA.
We're witnessing a phenomenal performance. It takes incredible intestinal fortitude for a man 5 feet tall to get in the ring with a man 6 feet tall. He's got his flexor on.
Here it is to the bear hug. He's calling for the bell. He submits. You saw it right there. The little Bulkster applying the vice grips of his own. Your winner, Winnipeg's own, the little Bulkster. All right, for weeks now, the stars of the WFWA have been on tour. It's time to come to Manitoba. Some of the action already signed. The main event, the Warrior taking on Diamond Timothy Flowers, as well a tag team extravaganza. The Boys in Black, Bart Steiger and Randy Rudd, taking on Steve Gillespie and Lenny St. Clair. The promoters have already signed a special feature, the Mighty Midgets, Little Tokyo and the Karate Kid, as well ladies action on that card. Also signed the French Mad Dog, Akam Singh, Richie Rich, and the Golden Sheik, and many other top stars from the WFWA. The stars of the WFWA will be on tour On June 24th, Lynn Lake, Manitoba, at the Lynn Lake Arena, an 8 o'clock start time there. June 26th in Thompson, Manitoba, at the C.A. Nesbitt Arena, 8 o'clock start time. Advance tickets available at Byron Travel Service, 677-2333. June 28th at Cross Lake. June 27th at Norway House, an 8 o'clock start time. The stars of the WFWA will be there. June 29th, The Paw, Manitoba, at the MBIC School Gym, 8 o'clock start time. Of course, the Mighty Midgets, ladies, and many others, the stars of the WFWA. For advance tickets, you can phone Gary Pine at 623-6123. July 1st at Peguis at the Community Hall, 4 o'clock start time. 5 great matches, including a Battle Royal and the Mighty Midgets. A great card due July 1st at Peguis. And, of course, July 1st, a tentative booking, an 8 o'clock start time there in Carman, Manitoba. Stay tuned for more details. All right, Joy back here. As you can hear, the fans, the support, the little big man, and I do mean big. If we can take a look at the size of this man's chest, I'm talking about the Little Bulkster. And Little Bulkster, you are pound for pound the world's strongest man. Of course, you won the powerlifting championship in Holland. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, all the people, I got into wrestling because I proved myself in powerlifting. Pound for pound, I was the strongest man in the world. All these wrestlers claim to be the strongest men in the world, but we're going to find out. It doesn't matter how short I am, because the taller they are, the more they're going to come down.
All right, a big welcome to this young man, the Little Bulkster, here in the WFWA. And take a look. How about a couple of poses there, Little Bulkster? Take a look at this. Look at the arms on this young man. The chest. The back. I'm telling you, the man pound for pound, the world's strongest man. Welcome to the WFWA.
Thanks. I'm going to have a great time here.
All right. You just heard from the Little Bulkster, a man to be reckoned with here in the WFWA. We'll be back right after this. The only French Mad Dog. And now down to ringside with Joey Yellow and Dave Davis. All right, take a look at the expression on the face of the French Mad Dog. Don McCullough, the referee, or actually Don McCullough, the equalizer, referee Dave Goebel. I'm getting all excited. Always a lot of wrestling excitement when the French Mad Dog is in the ring. He's going to work right now with the equalizer, Don McCullough, the French Mad Dog. A man that mixes it up with the best of them, and a clean break there by the dog. A big surprise here on the WFWA.
Well, that's right. When you're talking about the French Mad Dog, you're talking about excitement. He only has one direction, Joe, and that's forward.
All right, he's all revved up and ready to go. McCullough landing a shot there, not a clean break. The dog, he's getting his eye up there, and he comes back with a shot of his own. You don't want to mix it up with the French Mad Dog, I'm telling you. I've seen him put a lot of men out of professional wrestling for good or for a short period of time, long period of time. I don't know, the French Mad Dog, believe it or not, a cousin of Mad Dog or Maurice Mad Dog Vachon, Dave.
Yes, of course, as the fans all across the country knows, we see the Mad Dog taking it to Don McCullough. Maurice Vachon is, of course, well now, but as fans know, he suffered a terrible accident a little over a year ago and lost a leg in a car accident.
They're keeping it in the wrestling family here, the French Mad Dog. Trying to work on the face and the nose. He's ripping at the nose now of Don McCullough. That's what happens when you try and mix it up with the dog. The rule book goes out of the window on most occasions, but I'm telling you, the fans love this young man.
Well, the fans love him because they know when they see the French Mad Dog, and when they see anybody in the WFWA, they're going to see action. And here's the Mad Dog once again taking it to Don McCullough. He's not worried that Don McCullough is bigger than him. One thing about the French Mad Dog, he doesn't feel pain.
He's taking a few shots now from the equalizer in the middle, or actually in the turnbuckle there. He's going for a whip now. Whips the dog into the rope, and he gets that leg up just in the nick of time that lands on the chin of Don McCullough. The dog putting him to the boots now. The dog, not the most technical wrestler in the world, but I'm telling you, he's got a one-loss record that no one would believe. One of the best in the WFWA today.
Yeah, one of the wily veterans that we talked about. We have some fine young stars you're going to be seeing in the weeks to come. Here's one of the veterans right here.
Oh, good leg drop there, takedown. The dog, after doing the scissor with the equalizer, mixing it up now. And believe it or not, the dog was putting him in some amateur moves there. He's making me go back on my words.
He's making you eat your words, Joe. But the Mad Dog has been wrestling for years and years now, decades now, and he can do it all. It's just that he often doesn't see a need to take it to the mat because he can do it in the brawling style that we know him so well for.
Well, I'll tell you, the French Mad Dog, still young at heart, mixes it up with the best of them right now, working on that arm. And the Equalizer going to work the rule book right out of the window in this match. The Equalizer calling him an old man, and I don't know if that was a good thing to do.
That's not a smart move. It's never a smart move to get the dog mad because he's fighting in front of hometown fans here. In fact, all the fans are his hometown, wherever he wrestles, all across in Saskatchewan, in Alberta, and even right here in Manitoba.
Oh, the dog playing possum there just lazily gets up, and McCullough telegraphed that move. And the dog's not going to let that happen to him very often, being a wily veteran that he is. Dave Goebel, our third man in the ring. Joy Ello here with Dave Davis at ringside.
Well, you know, he's not a big man, but he knows how to use his weight to his advantage. And he can take the bigger man down with the shoulder block or with the hip toss because he knows how to use his body. You see that right there.
And going back to work with those boots of his, the dog. Pressure on the chest, going for the count, only a 2 count. And the dog trying to pick him up here, sizing him up for something. Working the chin lock.
Well, you know, when the French people first came here to Manitoba, there was the Voyageurs. And Mad Dog right here, who you see so often at Festival de Voyageurs here in Manitoba, he has the Voyageur spirit. He doesn't care what he comes up against, known or unknown, friend or foe. He always gives his all, and he's always going to come out on top, especially in the eyes of the fans.
Well, he's trying to perform an exorcism here of a sort. He's trying to turn the head of Don McCullough 360 degrees, if you will. To no avail, McCullough raking at the eyes, both dishing out that kind of medicine here in this match. The dog and the Equalizer going head-to-head right here on the WFWA.
Well, as we mentioned in previous weeks, Don McCullough is an ex-fighter, he's an ex-street fighter, he's an ex-bar bouncer. That's where he got his training. This is one man who doesn't have any amateur school background. He's also straight ahead. He's punches and kicks. He's tough. He's chops to the head, and he's flat on his back right now.
Well, you'll never hear either one of us bill this match as a scientific match because I'm telling you, the French Mad Dog right now in a toehold of sorts here on the Equalizer. Don McCullough putting the pressure on the knee. As you can see how that leg's being turned and the ankle area.
Well, you see the dog is well schooled in all facets of wrestling. I remember when the great Dory Funk Jr. used to use this as his finishing move. I think the dog's doing a lot of damage right now, and McCullough's trying to weasel his way to the ropes.
Well, there you go, and he's done that, but I don't think... I guess
not going to work.
Oh, the dog did break the hold to his own
as far as I'm concerned, that was a perfectly clean break. It was almost a break of McCullough's head.
These two men going on a tooth and nail here on the WFWA. The dog and the Equalizer. This is a pure brawl, basically.
Yeah, it's a pure 6 brawl, and I think it's going to go right to the finishing bell.
Getting an elbow there, Don McCullough on the French Mad Dog. He's going for something, a whip here. It looks like McCullough whipping the dog off the rope, and a knee there that keeps him standing in his tracks. The dog a little bit stunned there, if you will. The Equalizer trying to pick him up as he got him. I don't know. A sort of a body slam there. He couldn't get the dog all the way up. The dog trying to put on the brakes there. He's going for one of his own here. Small package by the French Mad Dog.
He got him, Joe. Now, you got to consider that an upset because even though the dog is a fan favorite here, he was outweighed by Don McCullough almost 20 pounds. That was a marvelous display of, yes, brains and brawn here in the ring.
All right, Joy Ello back here on the WFWA, and the French Mad Dog joining me here. And, Dog, you've had your hands full with some opponents, but I'm telling you, when they want to add fuel to the fire, it's going to be a dog day afternoon for any one of your opponents. And one that comes to mind, the Golden Sheik.
Yes, Joe. Tonight was only mouth. What an opponent took from me. You know something, Joe? I've been in business so long to take a beating. Because I gave beating. I took some, and I can still get some. And let me tell you one thing. People don't know this, but let me tell you, I am a cousin from the old original Mad Dog. He taught me a lot of tricks, but there's more tricks than I know than he ever lost. And let me tell you one thing, another thing. I heard you mention about the Sheik. I don't care who the Sheik is. I don't care how big he is. I don't care where he comes from. when he steps in the ring with the dog here, he's going to find out what wrestling is all about. I'm going to show him what wrestling is all about, especially in my hometown, especially wherever I go around the world. And where I find him, he's going to find out that the last man he ever wrestled is the Mad Dog.
All right, one of the most recognized wrestlers in the world today. I'm talking about the French Mad Dog. And, Dog, how about some words for all our French viewers out there?
Oui, je veux donner une couple de mots à mes amis français de toute la province. Venez nous me voir, je suis le chien enragé, l'originel chien enragé. Je sais comment lutter. Si mes adversaires sont pas capables de sauver, c'est pas de ma faute. Je vais les déchirer, un œil, un bras. Ils les arracher la peau du dos s'il faut. Venez me voir, ils allaient voir que c'est le chien enragé peut faire à eux autres.
All right, no matter what the language, when you're talking about the French Mad Dog, you're talking about action. One of the best in professional wrestling. Thank you very much, French Mad Dog. We'll be back with more action right here on All Pro Wrestling. Singles competition. Of course, Akam Singh, the younger brother of the Great Gamma, touring all throughout South Africa a couple of months ago. He's making his way back from Johannesburg with a one-loss record. Believe this, Dave, undefeated in South Africa. His opponent, the natural Don Callis. And I have to mention right now, before we go any farther, I made a mistake a few weeks ago when I mentioned that Don Callis, who is from Charlotte, North Carolina, he was trained, I had mentioned, by Dusty Rhodes and some of the other great stars from the NWA, and he told me a few weeks back that he doesn't want any association with Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. He says he was taught to wrestle by men like Ric Flair and Barry Windham, two of the Four Horsemen. He does not want any association with Dusty Rhodes, so we have to give him at least that.
Well, first of all, we both know that that's patently untrue. Dusty Rhodes is the premier, one of the premier wrestling teachers in the world, and he was practically like a father to Don Callis. Don Callis is just developing an attitude with his success here in the WFWA. There's a nice takedown. That's one of the reasons why they call him the high flyer, Akam Singh.
That's right. Akam Singh from Karachi, Pakistan, the younger brother of the Great Gamma, taking on Don Callis, the natural, from Charlotte, North Carolina. And Dave, we're in for some great singles competition.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Akam Singh, Akam as I say, Akam as you say, was a star in South Africa. And one thing you have to remember about South African wrestling is that we're talking about all big men. We're talking about 300-pounders being an average wrestler in Southern Africa. So when you're talking about a man like Akam Singh, you know he's got the moves. He's skilled in amateur wrestling. He's skilled in all the martial arts, and he's going to put on a great show for us here tonight.
Well, he's a great technical wrestler in his own right, was taught how to wrestle by his brother, one of his teachers, the Great Gamma, and as you know, the Great Gamma, holding titles all over the world. He's been wrestling throughout the world on many occasions, and we are fortunate right now to have his younger brother, Akam Singh, the high flyer, right here in the WFWA.
And one thing I should also mention, you are talking about the Great Gala, who is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world today, former heavyweight champion here in Canada. The Sikh tradition, the East Indian Sikh tradition, of which the Singh family belongs to, has a great tradition of being warriors. They carry ceremonial daggers nowadays with them. They are skilled in all the types of martial arts. And as you can see here tonight, Akam Singh is ready for action.
Well, Akam Singh, I can't figure out that young man. Really, I had a chance to interview him on a few occasions, and I'm telling you, the man's attitude is, I guess he's sort of sitting on the fence right now. The fans seem to love him, but he seems to not really care whether they do or not. But right now, whether you like him or not, I guess, so to speak, he's doing the number right now on Don Callis right here on All Pro Wrestling.
Well, I'll tell you why the fans love him. The fans love him because they know when they see Akam Singh, they're going to see action in the ring. And that's all the fans really care about here. If we wanted to watch Saturday morning cartoons, we'd be doing that with all the little kids who watch the Saturday morning.
That's right. But we want to see some great wrestling action, and that's what the WFWA promises throughout Canada and parts of the United States. Right now, Akam Singh with the natural, Don Callis, here, and some great singles action. Our referee today, Dave Goebel. And fans, keep those cards and letters coming into us at the WFWA. And Don Callis right now with an eye gouge, and he seems to be getting the best of Akam Singh in the ring. going for a choke, and Don Callis going berserk here on the WFWA.
Well, he knows he's got the 5 count there, and he's just going to use it to his advantage. Neither of these wrestlers care what the fans think about him in the ring. It's the W in the win column that matters.
Well, I guess so, because both are trying to make up their way up the WFWA ladder, because, hey, the man that wears the belt is the man that's making the most money, and both of these men would like to be the world heavyweight champion here in the WFWA.
Well, I think you said it right. This is a business like any other, and if you can get away with it by dirty tactics, I think that's what you should do, because we can't sit here and tell a man that he shouldn't earn a living or how he should earn his living. You have to do it the way you do it.
Well, I'll tell you, the Don Callis turned into a nightmare for the American Dream, because I'm telling you, he's going to work right now on the neck and back area of Akam Singh, wearing down his opponent. Some great singles action here, setting him up for a body slam. I don't know, he's got him. Flips him over, and Akam Singh landing on his lower back.
He's going up.
Well, this Don Callis can get up there with the best of them. I'm telling you, going for the top rope. I don't know what he's got set up here. Oh, a double sledge to the back of Akam Singh, and Don Callis performing very well here in the WFWA. For people that haven't seen this young man wrestle before, I'm telling you, he's making a mark right here on All Pro Wrestling.
Well, he's doing what it takes to win, Joe, and you got to admire that young man, even if he does sometimes break the rules.
Well, Akam Singh right now actually Don Callis getting the best of Akam Singh. He's got a headlock on him right now, and like I was trying to mention before, fans, keep those cards and letters coming into us on the program. We enjoy reading your cards and letters. If there's some stars you'd like to see on this program, please write to us. Let us know who you'd like to see. We're trying to bring you the top talent in wrestling today, right here on All Pro Wrestling.
That's right, and we're going to be all over Western Canada in the next few months, so watch for us when we come to your hometown. WFWA means excitement.
And Don Callis going back to work on the choke there. And what a great shot by our cameraman here today, the Akam Singh, trying to breathe there, working to get his breath back, and Don Callis measuring him up and putting him in a chin lock with the knee in the back there for added leverage.
Well, that's right. That knee, the point of the knee, is carrying all of Akam Singh's own weight onto his own back. And that's got to hurt, as well as the fact that he's probably getting the life choked out of him right now.
Well, when you're talking about the WFWA, you know, we were mentioning a few minutes ago about Don Callis, the natural. Of course, Akam Singh, the younger brother of the Great Gamma. Diamond Timothy Flowers, a main event wherever he goes in the country. Some people love him, most people hate him. Sadistic individual, held many titles. The Warrior, 305 pounds from the White Earth Indian Reservation. And take a look again, he's going up to that top strand.
This could be it.
Oh, and Akam Singh with the shot of his own to the midsection. Read that one perfectly. And I'm telling you, he's hot. He's going to work right now on Don Callis. What has he got him set up for here? A backbreaker, maybe? Oh, and there it is, landing the pressure of the knee.
This could be at 1, 2.
Only a 2 count on Don Callis, the natural, getting out just in the nick of time. Akam Singh right now, he is hot. Sets him up, a beautiful move there, trying to get him into the press, a 2 count, and he kicks out just in the nick of time again. Don Callis has been hurt.
Well, he's taking a beating now. He just barely had enough energy to roll the shoulder, and sometimes it's better to stay down, Joe.
Oh, there it is, a flying elbow by Akam Singh. That could be it for Don Callis. He's picking him up for more, handing out a bit more punishment. Akam Singh picking him up again, and a body slam there. Akam Singh off the rope. Here it comes. Oh, flying knees off that lands. Perfect. That could be it. Picking him up for more. I guess he did. He obviously got Akam Singh hot, because Akam Singh. Oh, there it is. Oh.
The rolling savate kick. That almost took the man's head off.
You heard it halfway across the arena here. And that's it. Set him up with a camel pin of his own. Wow, what a move. Akam Singh with the savate kick. Your winner right here on the WFWA. I don't even know if Don Callis is going to get up after that one. All right, for weeks now, the stars of the WFWA have been on tour. It's time to come to Manitoba. Some of the action already signed. The main event, the Warrior taking on Diamond Timothy Flowers, as well a tag team extravaganza. The Boys in Black, Bart Steiger and Randy Rudd, taking on Steve Gillespie and Lenny St. Clair. The promoters have already signed a special feature, the Mighty Midgets, Little Tokyo and the Karate Kid, as well ladies action on that card. Also signed the French Mad Dog, Akam Singh, Richie Rich, and the Golden Sheik, and many other top stars from the WFWA. The stars of the WFWA will be on tour on June 24th, Lynn Lake, Manitoba, at the Lynn Lake Arena, an 8 o'clock start time there. June 26th in Thompson, Manitoba at the C.A. Nesbitt Arena, 8 o'clock start time. Advance tickets available at Byron Travel Service, 677-2333. June 28th at Cross Lake, June 27th at Norway House, an 8 o'clock start time. The stars of the WFWA will be there. June 29th, The Paw, Manitoba, at the MBIC School Gym, 8 o'clock start time. Of course, the Mighty Midgets, ladies, and many others, the stars of the WFWA. For advance tickets, you can phone Gary Pine at 623-6123. July 1st at Peguis at the Community Hall, 4 o'clock start time. 5 great matches, including a Battle Royal and the Mighty Midgets. A great card due July 1st at Peguis. And, of course, July 1st, a tentative booking, an 8 o'clock start time there in Carman, Manitoba. Stay tuned for more details. All right, Joello back here, and I've still got the goosebumps over that great match there. Akam Singh, of course, the finishing maneuver, the flying savate kick, a move that you've experted. Your brother, of course, a professional wrestler, the great Gama Singh, his younger brother, finally out of his footsteps, and I know you're great. You're happy to be here in the WFWA.
Like I said before, Joe, I was here. We came in here last week. I told you before, I won competition around here. I'm from a family that's well known. My brothers brought me up out here, and I'm out here to show the people what I can do. I don't have to say, I don't have to talk. People know what I can do in the ring. I don't have to come here and you're out my mouth there for a half hour on the interview here. So if the people can see what I can do, I want a match here. Bring on Randy Rich. Bring on anybody you got. I'll take them all on.
All right, Akam Singh, of course, a lot of people out there realize you just returned from a tour of South Africa, undefeated, I might add. Johannesburg, sold-out shows all over South Africa. I guess you're glad to be back here in Canada.
It's always nice to be back here in Canada. That's where I started off my career right here. And you got good competition out here. I want to see where they are. Out here, they match me up here. I can take it. I've shown myself. I can handle myself. I want to come up to better competition here.
All right, Akam Singh, the younger brother of the great Gamma, finally going on his own right here on the WFWA. You'll be seeing a lot more of this young man right here on All Pro Wrestling.
Thank you very much.
Okay, some tag team action here. We're in store for a good one. The Warrior tagging up with Johnny B. Good, a young man out of Nashville, Tennessee, taking on Bart Steiger and Randy Rudd. The boys in black, and there you go. The bell has been rung, and it's going to be Randy Rudd from Anchorage, Alaska, and the Warrior stepping into the ring first right here on the WFWA. Joel alive with you at ringside, and they're squaring off right now. The Warrior with an arm bar and a flip, and Randy Rudd, before he knows it, he finds himself out on the mat.
Well, the Warrior's a big man. He weighs in at over 307 pounds, but he's also a very powerful man. I've seen him in the weight room, bench pressing hundreds and hundreds of pounds repeatedly. He's not just a big man, he's a powerful man, and I think he's going to put on a good show for us tonight, Joe.
Well, a couple of knees there to the back of the hamstrings, and Randy Rudd still feeling the effects of that. And right now, the Warrior going to work on the legs of Randy Rudd from Anchorage, Alaska. Of course, one half of the boys in black, at one time the Mid-South Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Dave Goebel, our referee tonight for this one. And Johnny B. Good tagging up with the Warrior against the boys in black. Some great tag team action in store for you today on All Pro Wrestling.
Well, as I said, the Warrior is one of the top competitors here in the world of the WFWA. His partner for tonight is a young man who we've seen a few weeks ago on this show, Johnny B. Good from Nashville, Tennessee. I have to call it like it is, Joe. I think the Warrior's going to have to carry this match. I don't care if the promoters get mad at me. Sometimes you have to be honest, and I think the Warrior's going to have to do it all here.
Well, he's going to work right now. Johnny B. Good on the knee of Randy Rudd. Of course, Randy Rudd working out throughout the Pacific Northwest. Made his home in the Mid-South for a couple of years with Bart Steiger. I believe that's where they met up as a tag team, and they did win the belts for a short period of time there on a couple of occasions. And Bart Steiger from Detroit, Michigan, a young, tough individual that has worked all over the East, New York, Chicago, Boston. I'm telling you, the fans seem to call him pork chop. I don't care what they think, actually, the fans. I mean, they got their own opinion, and I do as well as you do, and I'm telling you, one of the toughest customers in wrestling today, Bart Steiger. I wouldn't want to get him upset at me.
Well, that's right, Joe. And when you said tag team, you said it all, because these two guys, they may not be the greatest looking wrestlers in terms of physique. They may not have the body of a Diamond Tim Flowers or a Little Boaster, but they get it done because they use their heads and they use their partners in the ring.
Well, they have those sort of builds where you come from the old school of wrestling. I'm thinking of guys like Buddy Rogers, of course, a great champion, Ric Flair. Not the biggest guys in the world. They're stocky, but they know how to work the ring, and that's exactly what you have to talk about when you mention the boys in black. Both of these individuals know how to work their opponents in that square circle.
Well, that's right. And they're going to do their best to keep the guys in this corner, and they know right away that Johnny B. Good is the weak link in this ring. I'm going to call him like I see him. I have to say it, Joe. If the Warrior doesn't get back in there, it's going to be over, and right quick.
Well, Johnny B. Good taking a drop there at the hands of Rudd and Steiger. A shot to the forehead, pulls him up by the hair. And Rudd's going to throw him out of the ring, it looks like, and he takes a fall there, hitting his shoulder on the apron right outside on the concrete floor. And Johnny B. Good in bad shape right now. Randy Rudd teasing, taunting the Warrior, if you will. And there it is, a body slam right on the concrete floor by Bart Steiger. The referee turned the other way, and Johnny B. Good might not be able to get up after that one. The Warrior, Goebel having his hands full, trying to control these two men in the ring. And look at Randy Rudd, what a seasoned veteran, taunting the Warrior, and Steiger throws him good back into the ring for good measure, and they have done a number on this Johnny B. Good from Nashville, Tennessee. He's going to be singing more than honky-tonk songs when he gets out of this match. Oh, a nice leg drop there by Randy Rudd. Measures him up right on the chin. It could have been a 3 count there. I'm surprised Good got out of that one when he did.
Well, you know, he's not even really getting up on his own. Now, they're picking him up by grabbing his hair and pulling him up. Now, they're keeping him in the corner. They're double teaming him there. This is ridiculous. After the body slam on the floor there, they should have been able to take him out right away. They're just torturing the man.
That's what I'm saying when I say that they are two of the toughest individuals going today. They don't care if they hurt anybody. Actually, they probably have a column under H next to the W and L's, if you will, for hospitalization. And believe you me, these two men have put a lot of men in the hospital. And right now, they're going to work on Johnny B. Good, who hasn't been able to mount any kind of comeback. Oh, almost breaks the knee there by landing right on top of it. The knee, of course, not supposed to bend that far back.
Well, you know, in amateur wrestling, they have a rule that if the man cannot continue, if he's not defending himself, it's the same thing even in professional boxing. If the man cannot defend himself, then the match is immediately called by the referee. You rarely see that in wrestling. And we were talking earlier about the fact that we might put referees on the floor for tag teams. Well, I think this is a good example of some changes that might be made in the future in officiating.
Well, Steiger smiling after shoving a couple of fingers in the eyes of Johnny B. Good. Going to work right now on that top strand, giving him a choke, sending Good to the canvas. And Steiger, they're taunting the Warrior again, and I don't know, the Warrior getting a little hot. I know he's anxious to get back in the ring, but you can't do that because you know what's going to happen with the boys in black. They're going to double team their opponent, and Johnny B. Good taking a beating right here. I don't know if he's got any energy of a sort left for this match.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm willing to put some of my reputation on the line. I don't think Johnny B. Good's going to get a chance to tag. I think these guys are going to just keep on beating on him and beating on him until he's either dead or there's a pin.
Well, obviously, Steiger and Rudd are confident enough because Steiger isn't even ready for a tag in. He's just hanging out to the tag rope, talking to the crowd while Rudd's going to work. Now he's got that top rope strand hanging around the neck of Johnny because choking the daylights out of him while he's taking some shots from Randy Rudd to the midsection. I'm surprised he's still breathing.
And there was a break in concentration by the Warrior there. He distracted the referee. I'm sure he didn't mean to do it on purpose, but it just gave the boys in black a chance to feed on poor Johnny B. Good over and over again.
Well, the Warrior wants to get into this match definitely, but Johnny B. Good not even close to making a tag. Nowhere near his corner. Set him up for a suplex, and Steiger sending him halfway across the ring, and he makes the tag. The Warrior in the ring now, and Steiger putting on the brakes, if you will, backing up, saying he doesn't want a piece of the Warrior at all. And there you go. He's taking a couple of shots to the Warrior, and you can see why Steiger didn't want to mix it up with the Warrior, because there it goes. That chop all the way from Minnesota. I'm sure his hometown people heard that one land. And Rudd in there to break up the count. Now, Rudd, what's he doing in the ring? He's supposed to be on the outside, hold on to the rope, and the referee sending him out. Steiger and the Warrior now, and Steiger raking at the eyes, the Warrior trying to mount a comeback, but of course you can't do it 2-on-1.
Well, I was going to say it's a good thing the Warrior got in there, because otherwise Johnny B. Good was going to be Johnny B. dead.
Well, Rudd right now landing a couple of shots to the head of the Warrior. The Warrior turning around after that blow, knocked him halfway across the ring there almost, and a knee drop for good measure puts him on the mat. Going to work on the boots, and there's a move by Rudd. What a veteran, moving him into his corner. That's where you want him, on your half of the ring in tag team action. And Steiger holding on to the ropes for good measure while Rudd comes on top. Could have put the knee out, I don't know. The Warrior looking in bad shape right now. Steiger coming in the ring, grabbing him by the hair. A little bit of insult to the injury there, if you will. Introducing the Warrior to Mr. Turnbuckle there, and halfway across the ring, he's sending him. Oh, the Warrior put on the brakes, and Steiger gets introduced to the turnbuckle. One for his own good there, and Steiger knocked senseless. A whip into the ropes, and here it comes. A back body drop that lands, and you heard that one. Probably put a hole in the ring. I can't tell from here. Steiger's lying right on top of it. And a nice leg drop, 305 pounds, landing on your chest. Has to hurt.
Should be at 2. And then once again, you have to hand it to him, even though his partner was not completely senseless in the ring. The man came in, one of the boys in black came in to take care of his partner, and that is what tag team is all about.
Well, that's exactly it. Davis, Randy Rudd came in on a 2 count just in time. Now Bart Steiger making the tag with Randy Rudd. Two cocky individuals. Take a look at them, just making light tags now, but they're measuring them up for something. The Warrior getting whipped into the ring. A double clothesline there that almost knocks the head right off the Warrior, and a shot into the midsection. And Johnny B. Good has to be wondering what they've got in store for him. The Warrior making a tag now. Johnny B. Good back in the ring. Bart Steiger going to work right on top of Johnny B. Good once that tag was made. And as you can see, as this match progresses, the boys in black gaining momentum.
Yeah, well, that's right. They are tag team experts. And you saw the Warrior almost hesitate for a second there before he let the other man in the ring. There's no way that Johnny B. Good, or whatever he calls himself here in the ring, has recovered from the beating he's taken at the hands of these two men. And they're just going to keep on putting the boots to him. It's a black attack. I think we're going to see it here.
Oh, there it is. A beautiful neck breaker, if you will. Randy Rudd placing that perfectly in the small of the neck area there. And they make the tag. This could be it.
Yeah, they're setting up for their big finishing
good here. There it is. The hanging clothesline almost knocks his head off. I can't believe it. Oh, that's it. It's all over. Johnny B. Good. He'd be lucky if he gets up after that one. They're going to work on the Warrior now. The Warrior's had enough of this. He's going after the black attack, if you will. Johnny B. Good probably done some serious damage to his neck area. The Warrior landed some chops on Rudd. Now Steiger, I can't believe it. Now they're going both to work on the Warrior. Something's got to be done about this double teaming. It's all it seems to be happening here. The black attack going to work on the Warrior. Johnny B. Good is no use in the ring right now.
Well,
he's been injured.
The referee's got to try and take over. He's going to have to sacrifice his body like they do in hockey and get in between him, or we're going to see some horrendous damage done to the Warrior. He's just been thrown out onto the floor. I hope he's okay.
All the boys in black with the black attack. Your winners right here on the WFWA. Here are your... All right, for weeks now, the stars of the WFWA have been on tour. It's time to come to Manitoba. Some of the action already signed. The main event, the Warrior taking on Diamond Timothy Flowers, as well a tag team extravaganza. The boys in black, Bart Steiger and Randy Rudd, taking on Steve Gillespie and Lenny St. Clair. The promoters have already signed a special feature. The Mighty Midgets, Little Tokyo and the Karate Kid, as well ladies action on that card. Also signed the French Mad Dog, Akam Singh, Richie Rich, and the Golden Sheik, and many other top stars from the WFWA. The stars of the WFWA will be on tour on June 24th, Lynn Lake, Manitoba, at the Lynn Lake Arena, an 8 o'clock start time there. June 26th in Thompson, Manitoba, at the C.A. Nesbitt Arena, 8 o'clock start time. Advance tickets available at Byron Travel Service, 677-2333. June 28th at Cross Lake. June 27th at Norway House, an 8 o'clock start time. The stars of the WFWA will be there. June 29th, the Prom, Manitoba, at the MBIC School Gym, 8 o'clock start time. Of course, the Mighty Midgets, ladies, and many others, the stars of the WFWA. For advance tickets, you can phone Gary Pine at 623-6123. July 1st at Peguis at the Community Hall, 4 o'clock start time. 5 great matches, including a Battle Royal and the Mighty Midgets. A great card due July 1st at Peguis. And, of course, July 1st, the tentative booking, an 8 o'clock start time there in Carman, Manitoba. Stay tuned for more details. All right, everyone, we're back here with the Black Attack, if you will. The boys in black, Randy Red to my left, and, of course, Bart Steiger to my right. Now, talk about some of the great tag teams here in the WFWA. You mentioned guys like the French Mad Dog, Buffalo Bill Cody.
What are you talking about French Mad Dog? They're dinosaurs.
Buffalo Bill
hate
Cody.
dinosaurs. I took care of dinosaurs 2 weeks ago, man.
And if you just let me get to my point here,
you don't get to nothing.
one of the up-and-coming tag teams here in the WFWA, Lenny St. Clair and Steve Gillespie, they want a match with you two men, Randy Rudd.
They can have a match. St. Clair wants to stick his nose in our business. We'll take care of the man.
All right, at one time, these two men held the Mid-South Tag Team Championship. Now you're up here in Canada, and you guys are definitely making an impression on these fans, as you can see. But St. Clair and Gillespie, they want a piece of you, Bart Steiger, with your partner, Randy Rudd.
Gillespie and Sinclair, eh? Well, the man, Sinclair, he put his nose in where it don't belong last week. The man, we had these guys down. We took a kick and we killed them. The guy wants to put his nose in our business. Me and the man, we'll put our name on the dotted line. He wants to come in, let him come in. We'll do the same to him as we did to his buddy last week.
All right, you just heard from the Black Attack, the boys in black, Randy Rudd, Bart Steiger, the boys in black right here on the WFWA. Steve Gillespie and Lenny St. Clair, they want a match with these two men. We'll have to see what happens. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more action right after this. Here on the WFWA. Stay tuned next week for more great action with the stars here from All Pro Wrestling. We'll give you those dates once again if you missed them, and more great action. That's all coming up next week. That's it for now. I'm Joyello for the stars of the WFWA. Have yourselves a great week.